So guys, welcome back to the full stack web development course. So in this lecture, we're gonna just create the UI of this questions, but we have done the main bar. But inside this, we will just wait. We will just go inside this. We have to do this questions page. So here we are just displaying the details of the question, and anyone can answer from here, and the person and the answers are to be displayed here. So it also shows number of answers already present and asked, time, the user who has asked that, as well as share. We have many options here. So we can also post a question from here. So if I just so we will just do this, as well as we have upvote as well as downvote. So first we will do this UI. After completing this UI, we will just do the ask question page. After this UI, we will just dive into the backend part. So first we will start with the authentication. So now we will just target this part. So we will go here. So in this side, you may see these are the static values which I have used to create this. So here I have made some changes. You can see here I have done an upvote as well as a downvote instead of vote. I'm just calculating the vote from upvote minus downvote, as well as I have changed the ID to underscore ID, because in this value, in this way only we will get it from the backend. So that's why we have used underscore id as well. We have used I have used another user id which equals 1. This is which is nothing but the id of this person who have answered. So if I go to the original application, so I can just click on this avatar or this name, and I will be routed to his profile. Here is it is undefined, don't worry. So I think here is bugs. So this may be because of the value. So it's like this has to be an user id. Due to a spelling mistake it may appear like that, but if I go here, we will have a lot of users pay name. If I click anyone's name, you can see he is his name, he is a member for almost 7 hours ago, as well as what are the tags he is watching, as well as about. So for this page we will target that thing. So to route to this page only, if I go here and just go to this question, and if I am answered it, so if I have to go to Manoj's page, here it see, if I just click that Manoj, here you can see we have been routed to a page where we have routed to that profile, this Manoj Kumar's profile. So that's why we are using this user id through which we can route to this page. You can see here is the user id after the user. So that's why we are using the user id as well. And you can see these are the answers. So this is the answer body. It's like this is the answer body, and this is the user who is answered. So this here is its name, and it is also answered the time. We are getting the time when it is answered, so to display the time here, as well as the user id of the person who has answered. If here Manigandan is the person who have answered, if I just click this, I can see the Manigandan's profile. So that's why we are using the user id here to routing purposes. So I'm gonna use these things to also inside that display questions page. So let me just copy this, and I will close this home page, sorry, home main bar, and we will go to the questions page, and inside that we will create a file called display question .jsx. So in here what we can do, we will just first we have to route to this page. How we can do, we will just go to all routes. Before going to that, here we will just have an RAFCE first. Sorry, it didn't recognize RAFCE, so it auto completes everything. So now we will go here, and let me just import that display display question page from pages slash questions slash display questions. So let me just copy this name. So if the path is like this, here we will be question is here, and you can see if I click this question, you can see it is after questions slash it is id. The last thing here is id, which is nothing but a random value. This id which equals 1 in this case could be anything, whatever it can be. It could be any number or any digit, almost 10 to 12 digit like that. So how we can route to this? So we can route to that by just having slash questions slash colon id, like so. So in here we will just change it to display questions. So now we are routed to that display questions page. So let me just close this, and in here what I can have the same thing from the home main bar, sorry, the home page. We will close this, we will go to the home page, and in here we will get the home. We will copy these things, we will paste it here. Since we are using the left sidebar as well as the right sidebar, we don't need this home main bar. Instead we will have the question details page. So we will just import left sidebar, as well as we have to import right sidebar. So you can see inside the questions page we need the sidebar is not defined. Choose. So let me just refresh. So you can see we are inside the question. We are inside the question number of 1. So we got the so here we got the left sidebar as well as the right sidebar. So in the center, instead of the home main bar, we will be having the question details page. So we have to create another question detail, other page called question details. So we will create that questions details dot jsx. So question details page will just have an raf here, and we will copy this name, and we will just create a component. So we have to import this dot slash dot, sorry, we don't need, it is in the same directory, so we'll just leave this as this. So let me just refresh. So we have used the questions details page now. So what we can do, so now first we will just check with random value. So give me a second. So now what I can do, I'm just going to have a random value called h1 in that question details. So we are inside the question details page. You can see it as a value now. So let me just take these things, and here I will give a class name which equals question dash details dash page. So in here I can separate this page as 3 things. You can see here's the question details, these are the question details, and this is the answer already present. Here is a form to answer a new question. So this is one container, this is a separate container, as well as this is a separate container. So what we can do now, we will create 3 containers for that. So before creating that, let me just copy these things, copy the data from the home main bar. So I will go out here, in here I'm just going to the home main bar. So let me just copy everything, and let me just close and close this also. So we will paste the question details. Sorry, we don't want to paste it here, we have to paste it here. So let me just copy it again. I think it has been not copied. Sorry. So we will copy everything, close this too, and in here we will just paste everything. So we have the details here. So now what I can do, I will go here and first let me just check is the data available. So I'm just going to tell question list dot, so no dot, if it triple equals null, I'm just going to say h1 tag, h1 tag with loading dot dot dot, sorry, dot dot dot. So here I'm just going to have an empty angle brackets, and inside that, sorry, and inside that we will have our entire things. So here first we have to pass through that specific, we have to pass through the, we have to select the particular question, so with the same id. So in the url, if it is 1 we have to select this first question, if it is 2 we have to select the second question. So we have to match the url's id value with this question's id value. So to do that we can use a function called filter. So what we can do, we go inside here, we will use question list dot, question list dot filter. So filter is same like map, but what filter map, what map does, map will just return the, will return the entire elements in array, but using filter it will also return the entire elements as well. We can filter the array with a few specific values. So what we can do, so first we will just get the id from the url. So to do that I'm just going to use a hook called use params. We'll just import a param called hook called use params, which is going to be imported from react router dash dom. We'll just do that. So we have imported that use params, and in here we will get that id. We will just destructure an object, consider use param as an object, and in that we will select this particular id, which is nothing but the, which is nothing but in this case it is 1. If here it is has some random values like this, it is gonna be selected. So first what we can do, we will just filter using that. So here I'm just going to pass the, so map, here also we can pass arrow function with a parameter of a single element from this list. So we have to pass the single element, which is now is going to be the question, which is going to have an arrow function. In that function I'm just going to select the question's id, and I'm going to see it's, if it is equals to the id, I'm just going to return that. So you can see I have selected. So see here what I have done, I have took a single element from the list, and I'm just checking its id matches the url's id. If it is the same, it will just return this that specific question only. It will just return that specific question. So now this entire thing will return only one question among these three questions which matches the specific id which equals 1. So that's the condition in here. So what we are gonna do, we're gonna just map through that one specific question with a parameter of question, which is gonna be the single question, and in that, sorry, we're gonna just return JSX, so we have to use parenthesis. So inside that we will just have a div tag, so it is not getting auto completed. So we will have a div tag. Since we are using map function, we have to use a key, and this key is gonna be the id. So it is gonna be the question dot underscore id. And that's it. We will now have all the three containers. Here is the container number 1, here is the container number 2, and here is the container number 3. So we have to select this particular id. So that's what we have done in this few lines of code. So now let me just select that. We will first create a huge container with the first container is going to be section, and the class name is going to be equal to question details. So question dash details dash container, and in here what we'll do, we will just have another div tag for votes. So before that, let me just have another h1 tag with the question's title. So this is going to be the question dot question title. So this is going to be it, and here we will name the div tag as class name is going to be question details container 2. Question details dash, sorry, here I have missed an hyphen, question details container dash 2. So here we will be having three containers. So one for displaying the question, and the second is for displaying the answers as well as, and the third is for posting the answers. So in here we will just first have, have these voting things. So that's what gonna be inside that here. So we will give a div with a class name of question dash votes. So in here first we will have few img tags for the upvote and downvote, and we will have a p tag with question dot upvote. We'll just have this upvotes minus question dot downvotes, so to represent the question votes. So that's why we are using that. And then we will have another img for the up downvote. So now we will import that upvote and downvote icons. So import upvote, sorry, we give upvote from dot slash assets. We will go into assets, and in here we will have sort up, and we will get import downvote. You will get these icons in the get line, don't worry about that, or else you can find these things in the font awesome icons. So then we will import sort dash down dot svg. So now we will use both of these images. So we will go down, and inside the src we will use upvote, as well as inside here we will use downvote. So now we will go here, Let me just refresh. So nothing has been displayed. We have messed up somewhere else. So first, what I can do, so let me just see, I have used it here. Question details. Make sure the spelling is correct. So what I can do, let me just first console log the question. Console shit. Console dot log question. So we will go to the inspect element and we will go to the console. We'll go to the console and in here we got an error. So React does not recognize active class name. These things are not even a matter. So we didn't get that specific question. This is because we will first see we will just first console log this ID. Console log ID. So now we will go to the inspect element. We'll go to the console. So you see here is the value is 1, which is the same thing. So this may be because of we have used 3 equals, because this ID may be int value and this may be a string value. So we will just convert it to a string value, but because we will get that string value from the backend one. From the backend we will only get that string value. So you can see now we got the things. Now you can see we got what is a function, that thing, as well as we got the huge upvote button, as well as we got this vote, as well as we got a huge downvote, as well as everything is below that. We will style transferring. Here what we can do, we can just give a width of 18. Here also we can just give the same thing. So now we do have what is a function, the topic, title name, as well as upvote, downvote, as well as the number of votes. So now the next thing is gonna be the body. So to go to that body, we will give the div tag, and here we will just have an inline styling, which is gonna be equal to width of 100%. We will have a width of 100% for this. So here it has to be an object. So we will give that style as to be an object. So let me just refresh. So in here we will just first have the, so first let me just put these two things side by side. So to do that, we will first import the style page. Here we will do import dot slash. So we don't have the CSS page here. First let me just create that inside here. So it's gonna be questions dot CSS. So it's gonna be it. We will close this, and in here we will import questions dot CSS. So now we have imported that. We will go inside this and we will first style this question details page. We will give the width of calc. We have done this already in the home main bar page. So we are going to just do the same thing. We will give a width of 100 calc of 100% minus 300 minus 224 px, which is going to be this size minus this size also, and we will give a float of left. So and then we will give a margin of 25 px 0 px as well, and we will give a padding of 0 px. So you may see now everything is side by side. We will come to this styling part afterwards. We will go to the question details page. So we will go down here. So now we are doing the answers, sorry, the display question part. So in here first we will be having a p tag with something called question. So this is going to be a small q. So question dot question body, we will have that, and we will just going to give a class name here also. Class name is gonna be the question details body, question body. So and below this we will have a div tag with a class name of question dash details dash tags, and in here we will have a map function. With that map function we will just have a question dot question tags dot map. We want to just map through that question tags. In here we will just have a tag, a single element from that array, and we not gonna just return JavaScript, we are just going to return JSX. So in here we just have a p tag, sorry, we will have a p tag. So inside this p tag first we will just give a key for this, or else it will throw an error for us. So the key is gonna be tag, and here it also be gonna be tag. So you can see we do have all the tags here. Now we will go down, we will have another div tag with a class name of question dash actions dash user, and inside that we gonna have another div tag. Inside that I'm just going to have a button of share. So this is used to share things, and the type is gonna be just button. We will make this functionality later, we're not gonna do it now. So we will also have the button for deleting the question as well. So we will also do this but functionality later. So first, as of now, we will just have these things, and below that we will have another div tag with, sorry, this like a div tag, but we wanna just use a div tag. So inside this div tag I'm just going to have a p tag first, and I'm just going to say asked, and this is gonna be the question dot asked on. This is gonna be the question dot asked on, and followed by that we will have the username. So before that username I'm just going to have a link tag, because we just routing to that specific user's profile. So I have to import that here. So I can have the link tag here. So we have imported that link tag, and inside that we will just give a two and in here we will just start to format that user slash, and the next thing is gonna be we will just format the question dot user id. So we have used this thing like of so it shows there is no user id because D has to be capital, so small. So we have used this type before in the home main bar to navigate to the specific question. So like that we are also going to use the link formatting to route to that specific user profile. So that's what we are going to have in the two. We're going to have a class name which is going to be equal to user dash link, and in here we will have some stylings as we will just provide a color. So we will just give an inline styling as color is going to be hash 0086D8, and that's it. And in here we will just have the uh, avatar component which we have done earlier in this course. So we will import that avatar first here. So let me just import it. Import avatar from loadout slash components slash avatar slash avatar. So we will import that, and we will go down and we will have some values to pass in. So the value is gonna be, so I think we don't have this value. Instead we will be having a avatar tag. So avatar closing tag, we will just pass the value as a child in here. So the child value is gonna be this thing. So what is this thing? Patient dot user poster dot char at 0 is going to give the first letter of the user poster, and dot to uppercase is gonna make that to the uppercase. You can see it is here, so it is to the uppercase now. So that's how we're gonna use this avatar as well, and we're gonna give the some props here to style that. We will give a background color which is gonna be equal to orange, and px is gonna be 8px, and py is gonna be 5px. So don't worry, as of now it is like this. We will rectify it as soon as possible. So now we have completed the um, avatar, and now below this avatar we will be having a div tag to have the user poster. So it returns a data grid tag, I don't know why. So inside here we will just have the user who has posted his name dot user posted. And that's so with that we have completed this first container, I think so. You can see all the contents are here. So now we will just get into the second container for displaying answers. So first we will just come out of this section. So here we will have another section. Before that we have to check is there any answers already present. If number of answers is gonna be equals to 0, we gonna display nothing. So if it is not equal to 0, then what we gonna do, we gonna return some section thing. So this is gonna be a tag, and inside here we will have a history tag first, and we will give the question dot number of answers. So I think we don't need this as well as this. We will just copy this thing. So we will say answers. So here you can see here is two answers now, and we will call another class to display the answers. So we will just create that class now. That, sorry, it's not going to be class, it's just going to be another component, and that class is see uh, file is going to be named as display answer .jsx. So inside that we will first have an RFC first. So inside these details we gonna use this or use that display answers, and the key is gonna be the question dot underscore id, and we will give a pop called question which equals to question, like so. So we will display the answers here. We will do this display answer later. So we will come down below and we will start creating the form to post question. So in here I'm just going to create another section. In that I'm just going to give a class name for this, which is gonna be post dash ans dash container. So in here I'm just going to have an h3 tag. So here I'm just going to have a class name, it's gonna be, so and we don't want an class name, sorry. In here I'm just going to have your answer, like so, and then I'm just going to have a form to submit the answer, and the action is going to, we don't need the action. And in here we're just going to have a text area. I've explained what is a text area in the previous lectures. So in this text area, what we're gonna do, we're just going to have nothing, really nothing. So just going to have a br, then we will have a submit button. So the submit is gonna be input, the type is gonna be submit, and then the class name is gonna be equal to post dash ans dash btn, and then I'm just going to give a value for this, which is going to be equal to post dash post your answer, like so. And here we will give a capital P. So now we got the your answer text as well as the text area as well as a button to post the answer. So with this we have completed this container too. After this container we will have some text. So you can see here browse other tags, other questions using this link tag called or programming or ask your own question, which will route to that ask question page. So what we gonna do is that we gonna have a p tag. Inside that we will have browse other question, like so, and tagged, sorry, tagged. And here we will going to display all the tags used in this question, which is going to be question dot question tags. So when we question tag, we want to map through that, and in here we will just have a parameter called tag, a single element from that array, and we don't need this set brackets, we gonna need a parenthesis, and inside that we're gonna have a link tag. And sorry, this is gonna be a capital L, so it didn't autocomplete for me, so it didn't do anything. So wait, what we can do, we can just have it all by ourselves. So we're gonna have a closing link tag also, and just going to give a 2, which is gonna be to router to tags page. And first we will give a key because we're using a map. The key is gonna be tag itself, and we will have a class name for this to style. Now we wanna say answer dash tags, and then inside this we will have the particular tag. So and then we will just say or, which is nothing but a text. This is not a condition, don't mess up with those logical operators. This is just a condition, and we don't need this. And instead we will use another link tag, and the 2 is gonna be to the slash ask question page. And before this we will give a style, which is gonna be equal to text decoration none, because we are don't need that underline. And we're gonna have a color, which is gonna be hash 009 DFF. So the child of this link tag is gonna be ask your own question. Ask, so I'm just going to give a space ask your own question dots, and that's it. Now you can see we got everything now. So don't worry about this, we will style this, we will style the entire page. Before that we will do this answer component. So what I can do, we will give a space around both of them, so each will be separated by space. So now we will go to that, make sure we have imported the CSS page so that we can style it easily. So I can just close this, and I can just go to the display answers page, and in here I'm just going to display the answers first. So I'm just going to, before using the div tag, so I'm just going to first check a condition where question dot answer, sorry, this is not a condition, I'm just going to map through. So this is not question details, this is just question which is just passed as a prop here. Map, which is gonna allocate which is gonna give a parameter called ans, which is gonna be an individual answer. And inside that we're gonna have a div tag with a class name of display dash answer. So inside that first we will just give a key, which is gonna be answer dot underscore id. We will provide the answer id. So that's it. Inside here we will first have a p tag. Inside that we will just have an answer dot answer body. That's it. We have displayed the answer now. And then, so let me just refresh. Now you can see here is an answer, which is nothing but a single answer for that particular question. And then we will just use, here we will just have a condition. Sorry, we are not going to use a condition. Here we will have a div tag, the class name of question dash actions dash user, and inside that we're gonna have another div tag which is gonna have a button, which is gonna have a type of button, and that in here we will have a share. We will do this functionality when we are doing the backend. Here it's gonna be delete. So with this we don't need this div anymore. We will have another div, and inside that we will use a p tag. In here we will have asked. This is gonna be, sorry, this is not asked, this is gonna be answered. This is a mistake which I have done in the application. You can see here it is asked, it has to be answered. So this has to be answered, and it is gonna be uh, here we will just have the time. So which is gonna be question dot, sorry, answer dot answered on. So that's it. You can see this, it shows answer, sorry, it has to be answered. So answered Jan 2. So that's what it shows now. Then I'm just going to have another link tag to that profile. So first we will just import that link. Import link from React Hackathon. So we have imported that. So inside here first we will just have a to tag. This is gonna be same as this questions, display question details. Sorry, we wanna go to display questions. Sorry, we wanna go to display answer. Sorry, this is not the thing. We're gonna go to question details, which is gonna be this, yeah, correct. Yeah. So we will just copy things from here. That's it, and we will just customize that because these things are gonna be the same thing. So we will just have a backtick, so backspace, and this avatar has to be imported. Import avatar from dot component slash avatar slash home avatar. So first what we can do, we can just use this as a green color, and then we will just change this question to answer. So I believe this is user believe this is user answered. Yes, this is user answered. So we have to change this to, so this is nothing but ans dot user answer, like so. Now you can see here is answered Jan on. We do have the avatar here as well as the person who have answered, but it has to be Kumar. So it's like I have to change this value here itself. So that's it, we have done the answer also. We will have two answers. We do have only one answer, then why this? So it's like I have given a wrong value. That's why it shows like that. So we have done the React part. So now we will just see the question CSS part. So since this video is getting longer, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy the CSS part, and I'm just going to paste it down here, and I'm just going to explain that. So don't worry about that, it's going to be same thing. So we have done a lot of css which is just going to repeat everywhere. So you can just go through on yourself. So now you can see, now everything is different, but other than few things we will see what are that. So we will see what I have done here. So in here I have provided the question details container, a margin bottom as well as the margin padding bottom, which is nothing but here as well as here. So and I have provided a bottom border bottom, which is nothing but this thing. I have provided a margin as well as a bottom here, which is totally 40px here, and I have provided a uh, border. So now I have selected the second container which is inside this, and I have provided display flex. That's why the quote and the rest of the things is side by side, which is a good thing. And then what I have done, I have selected the question words, which is nothing but this, and in here I have provided the padding for that, and I have selected the p tag, which is nothing but this one, and I have provided the margin as 0% as well as the font size is 25 pixels as well as the text align is center. So that's why it is centered everything. And then now so this is so now I have selected the vote icon, and I have provided. So these things are, I think, unnecessary because we have downloaded that. So if we want to change the RGB color, we have to copy this. So we will just try to put this class name there. We'll see what is gonna happen. So we will just refresh. So nothing has been applied, so we will just leave it. It is not a big trouble. I'm just changing the color to a light black, gray like of color, and then while it is active I'm just going to change the color. It's not a big thing. And in here we have selected the questions container page, and then we will just increase the line height of the question body, which is nothing but this body text. I'm just going to change the line height, and I have provided the white space as free line. I will explain what this white space, because we have to do something. So while asking question, so after asking question only then we can use this page. It is default, only asking a question we can enter into that question. So while asking a question there is something, there's a bug, we will clear that bug. So that's why we need this white space. I will explain while we are making that clear. And then what I have provided flex display of flex for these tags to put everything side by side. And then what I have done, yeah, I have provided the background color as, and for these tags, so I have just styled this individual tags, this Java Node.js. So that's why I have provided a background color as well as a color here. And then I have question actions user. So this style is not applied because here it has been applied. This is because I have missed with the I have missed the spelling mistake. So we will go to that page, and you see we have missed an S here. So now we will refresh. Now you can see everything is good. So now we will go to here. So that's where we have provided 100%. So and we have also provided the display flex as well as align items, and we have just a space between. So that's why one container is here and the other thing is here. And the next thing, we have just provided the edit button. We have styled the edit button. We have provided a background color as transparent, and the color we have reduced it, it is like a gray, and it is lighter than the gray. The color is lighter than the gray, you can see. And we have removed the text decoration as well. And then we have provided a margin as well as a padding. We have given a padding, as well as we have reduced the font size, and we have made the cursor as pointer. You can see while hovering it became a pointer. And we have provided a transition also. And while active, this button is while active, like this, an underscore comes and goes. So that's what we have done. I have just given a border for this, so that's what it's coming, and it's went off, that's all. So that's why we are using that. And then we are using the user link, which is nothing but the this name. We have removed the text decoration. We have just reduced the font size, as well as the margin is 0. And the user link is display flex, so that the avatar is next, the name is next to the avatar. So this is in display flex, that's what it means. And the padding is also left, and just remove this, not needed. And the padding is going to be left. We have provided a padding here as 10px to give a space. So padding left here is 10px. This is because we are just giving a space for this avatar as well as the name. This is the 10px gap. And then we have come to this form. Here we have customized this form. You can see we have given the resize of vertical, so we can only resize this in vertical. We couldn't resize this in horizontally. We couldn't resize it in horizontally. You may see this text area in the previous lecture where we have done that ask question page. So it will also expand in horizontal, but since we have given only vertical, it is only expanding in the vertical direction. And we have also changed the font family. This is because to have the same text. And then we have customized this button, which is the same thing like in the ask question page. Same styles for as in the ask question page. And then we have provided the display answer, which is here. We have provided a padding bottom, which is this thing, as well as we have provided a border for that. It's gonna be look good as well. And we have selected that p tag, and we have reduced the size of that particular p tag. And then we have given some line height to give space between those line. Or if we didn't give a line height of 18px, so if here is a paragraph, there won't be space between the next line like this. It will touch each other, the line will touch each other. So that's why we are given that. And as well, I will explain what this white space means while we are entering into the coding part. Sorry, while we have done the bug, we will clear the bug in the text area in the ask questions page. We will deal with this white space thing, which is nothing but trailing. So just go through this css. Nothing but we have done lot of css in the previous pages also. I have just used the same things in here, so just don't worry about that. Everything is the same thing, you can just go through. So this has no style, since it didn't have a style. You can see here I have provided a class name for that. So let me just see. We will go to the question details page, and in here we have provided an answer tags. So what we can do, we will go up to this tags. So here is it. So here we will give an S, so that's why it didn't apply. So now it has been applied, you can see that. So here you can see both of the things is messing up with each other. So that's why we have to give a line height. So you can see both of the lines is touching each other. So that's why we are using a line height of 18 px. Here I have given 22 px. Let me just apply this here. So now you can see there is a space between both of this. That's why we are using a line height to give a height between two lines. So that's it guys for this video. So before we go, we will go to other question. You can see here's other question for, and here is also another question. So this is how we can do things. So that's it for this. We have done this questions page, question details page. So with the next lecture, we will just go through the backend part. We will just start with the authentication in the backend. So thank you.